Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the allegories of Adam and Eve and Pentecost and how they tie in together. Alright, so if you go to Genesis 1 verses 26 and 27, it'll say, God, let us make man. So that us, that'll be another lecture. But the part I want to point out is man. They substitute the word Adam for man. So just want you to know, Adam means male and female, where it refers to male and female. Adam actually means red or reddish. Eve actually means life or living. But in this case, they translated the word Adam to mean, refer to male and female. If you go to Genesis 2, it's a whole separate creation story. In Genesis 1, he created everything first and then male and female at the same time. So he created the herbs, and then he created the animals, and then he created he, them, male and female in Genesis 1. In Genesis 2, first he made the garden, which had all the herbs. Then he made just the male, which was Adam. And then he made animals because Adam was lonely. He told him to pick a mate out of the animals. Read it for yourself. And Adam wasn't pleased, so he caused him to sleep and took a rib from him and made a female counterpart, which name was Eve. Eve also has another name called, I pronounce it as Havah, H-A-V-A-H. You can probably look at it in a footnote. Sometimes it's spelled with a C. Some Hebrew words like Hanukkah actually have a silent C, so you might see Chanukah or Hanukkah. But Havah, H-A-V-A-H, we're going to go into the Tetragrammaton, which means four-letter word. So you know the God of the Old Testament was called, they called him Yahweh, but it's Yod, He, Vah, He. So actually, Eve is actually 3 letters of the 4 letters. So that's another lecture. I just wanted to point that out. So you go ahead and study Tetragrammaton on your own. And then when we get to that video, you already know something. Alright. So this is an allegory for meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division that only deals with making sperm and egg cells. The opposite of that is mitosis. So mitosis make all the other cells, which give us the human body. So this is the story of meiosis. So I'm going to read from a book called The Flower of Life. I'll spell the author's name. Drunvalo Melchizedek. D-R-U-N-V-A-L-O. Melchizedek. M-E-L-C-H-I-Z-E-D-E-K. So Drunvalo Melchizedek. D-R-U-N-V-A-L-O. Melchizedek. It's 2 volumes. The Flower of Life. It's a purple book with a flower of life symbol on it. Alright, so I'm going to read. So all life starts off as a circle, as a sphere. So that's a female egg. It starts off as a circle. It contains 22 plus 1 chromosomes. So now we're going to go to sperm. Starts off as a little worm with a tail. What happens is the sperm penetrates the egg. The tail just disappears. It breaks off. And what happens is the head of the sperm cell actually becomes the same size as the nucleus of the female egg. Because inside that circle, that ovum, is a little egg, just like a chicken egg. You got the egg is round, but inside it is the yolk. So that yolk is the nucleus. So inside the female, there's also a nucleus. The sperm head actually becomes the same size. After that happens, they pass between each other and they form this thing called the vesica Pisces. You can look that up. That's in sacred geometry. You might have seen a fish. So the MasterCard symbol. So when 2 circles meet, they make this this middle piece. But that's the little fish everyone has representing Jesus. So it's the Vesica Pisces. You can look that up on your own. That's another lecture. So they cross each other and then they end up going right on top of each other. So that's when a human zygote is formed, when they directly evenly on top of each other. So that's where you get the word Eve. Reason why Adam is an allegory for this process, and so is Eve, I just told you, is when the sperm and the egg becomes even, it becomes a zygote. So that's what the word Eve or even, and life begins. Because now you have 44, what did I say, 22? Yeah, 44 plus 2 chromosomes. So now you have what we call DNA. That's all your genetic code right there. So that's DNA. So from that, the messenger of DNA or angel of DNA is ribonucleic acid. So that's the rib they're referring to. So when they took the rib of Adam, or male and female. So this is male and female together. It makes DNA. So your DNA, it's 4 proteins, A, G, C, T. That's also the Tetragrammaton. That's another allegory for Yod, He, Wav, He. Because remember I told you, HWH is actually another word for Eve. So you can look that up on yourself. Sometimes it's spelled H-A-W-A-H or H-A-V-A-H for Eve. Without the yod, it's just the it's known as referring to Eve. With the yod, it's referring to Yahweh. All right. So the rib is really RNA. So this is all an allegory for how the sperm penetrates the egg and becomes a zygote, a human zygote, Zygote. So look that up for yourself, and the two cells become even. The sperm and egg cell become even. Reason why Adam is red or reddish, because you notice that when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, the blood clots in order for her to get pregnant. Yes, I know women still sometimes bleed when they're pregnant, but that's because that's a whole nother lecture on the food and different things that's changed and the chemicals and everything. But in general, most women don't come on a period when they're pregnant. So that's where the red comes in, the blood clotting and so on and so forth. So Adam, and in Hebrew, Adam is spelled with 3 words. If you look at my other video about Hebrew and Eber, most Hebrew names are spelled with 3 letters. I just said Eve was spelled with a HWH. This is spelled with the aleph, daleth, and a mem, a AD and an M without the other vowel. So the word damn that everybody made into a bad word really means blood. So when you take that one letter off, damn means blood. So that's when it became a curse word, because you're basically damning someone. Just FYI, it has nothing to do with this allegory. So that's meiosis. Mitosis is when we are born into skin. So mitosis is this process. We all start off as an atom, Adam, and an atom. So that's what this really is. This is about us starting off as an atom. An atom is just the smallest part of an element. We go from an atom to a molecule. Molecules make a cell. Cells make tissue. Tissue make organs. Organs make organ systems. And then organ systems, of course, make the human body. So one of the organ systems is the skin. So the skin, remember the Bible tried to scare you and say we were all born into sin. No, we started off as an atom or as light beings. We just started off as light. We fell into skin. Everyone is born into skin. And then mitosis starts. Alright? Now, another thing you need to know is, I don't know if I have never seen one. I have never seen a pregnant man. So why would God make a woman come from a man initially, and then everybody after that, everyone, it's women giving birth to men? Makes no sense. So I want to give you another fact. And we're going to go into Pentecost now. The word Pentecost actually means count 50. Penti means 50. Cost means count. But they call it the 50th day. In the Old Testament, they use it as, you can go to Exodus 23, verse 16, or Numbers 28, verse 26. They use it as when Moses got the 10 Commandments, and also something else. Read it for yourself. In the New Testament, the Christians use it as when the Holy Ghost descended upon the disciples and the 120 followers of Jesus. They call it the birth of the church. So that's what they call. That's what they say. So Hebrew Israelites, they celebrate these feasts and everything in the Old Testament, like 7 weeks. They use one feast every week. So if you know any Hebrew Israelites, you know they have those feasts, or Jews. Acts, as far as the New Testament, it's Acts 2, verses 1 through 4. Alright, so that's what they want to tell you what the Pentecost means, but it's really allegorical for what happens 50 days after the 50th day. 7 weeks after conception, that's when a fetus becomes an embryo. A fetus becomes an embryo around 7 weeks. Also, your third eye goes from the roof of your mouth up into your head where it stays permanently. And the next thing that happens, because I told you, everything starts off as female. It starts off as a circle, as an egg. Also, that's when a male is formed. You either stay female. We all start off as female. You can ask any doctor. We all start off genetically or anatomically. The word, if you look at the word anatomy, which is the study of the body, it says an atom. The words is right in the word anatomy, an atom. So we all start off as a female. We don't turn into a male till around the 50th day after conception, or we just remain female. That's why I put that asterisk right there. So that's what Pentecost is really about. They celebrate it as 50 days after Easter or 50 days after Passover. That's really astrology, after the sun passes over the equator. And that's another lecture also. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I gave you my references. Of course, I used the Bible. I showed you the Flower of Life. You can also get you a metaphysical dictionary, once again, Charles Fillmore. An anatomy book to study up on mitosis and meiosis and other stuff, and DNA and RNA. So further study what the Vesica Pisces is, or go into sacred geometry. Also study the Tetragrammaton. And I think that's it. Yeah, the rib is ribo. Okay. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for more.